and welcome back to my YouTube channel. Thank you for joining me for another one of my videos. So today I wanted to do my spiritual book club for April and show you the books which I've been reading throughout April, well, March/April, and show you the books which I want to read in the next month as well. So the first book which I was reading throughout March/April is the Live Better book by Sophie Golding. So it's a book of spiritual guidance. So I originally bought this book because, like I said, it was really pretty and I was like, it's perfect for Instagram, but I'd never actually read it, which is really a shame because that's what books are for, right? So I made a real big effort during March, plus like the time we are in April now, because I realised how early I filmed this in the month as well. I don't know why I wrote this in my schedule for so early, but here it is. So inside you've got like some beautiful patterns and like some like cute little quotes which I keep putting on Instagram because they're too cute. They're too cute. This is a very cute book. And yeah, each kind of like page has some really good like pointers on like take a measured approach, discover your pressure points, like some really good just spiritual reminders, I guess, of just things to make you mindful. Like I'd say this is a really mindful book of where it just reminds you to like check in with yourself, check in with your spirituality, you know, like find your chakras and things like that. And yeah, I just think it was a really good like reminder book of what I should be looking out for, like what I should be taking care of. And I think it's just a great book. Like it's really simple, there's not a lot of words. My kind of book, if I'm honest. I get through it so much quicker than a freaking novel. So I love these books because you can just like pick them up and put them down when you want to, and yeah, just take what you need from it essentially, and take lots of pictures if need be. So I love this book, I love it. I really think like the quotes are spot on, like it's just whatever, like whenever I pick this up I normally read like a page a day or a couple of pages a day, and yeah, when I pick it up I always feel like inspired and I always feel like that's exactly what I needed. So yeah, really highly recommend this book. It's, you know, you can go back to it anytime. It's not like once you've read it once like you'll get sick of it or whatever. Like you could definitely pick this up again and like turn to a random page for inspiration, or like be like, what do I need to know today, universe? And like the right message would come up. So I love this book, so glad I read it, and so glad it looks so pretty as well. So the next book I read through March and April was Doreen Virtue's Divine Magic. So like I said, I kind of like, this book kind of like flew out at me at the shelf and I was kind of just like, I need to read this. I don't know why, but I need to read it. So inside it talks about the Kybalion. Again, another spiritual word I can't pronounce. There is such a big list of words I can't pronounce, like Wonderburn. Wonderburn is another name I cannot pronounce. And I think that's like a whole conspiracy of how you actually say her name anyway. Maybe I am saying it right, but probably not through my experience. So yeah, so it talks about the Kybalion and like the, oh, what was it called? And it talks about the 7 sacred secrets of manifestation, but this was quite a big book to get your head around, like and then there's like the principle of mentalism, the mental universe, the divine paradox, that was a good chapter, the all in all, and there was like the alchemy, wasn't it? Yeah, they talked about like the alchemy and stuff, and it was just quite a bit of a headfuck book. Like it was not a light reading. Although it is a small book, it is not light reading. I really enjoyed it. It was a great new perspective on like the way to look at angels, the universe, manifestation, and like law of attraction and spirituality in general, but I don't feel connected to it. Like I didn't read it and think, wow, mind blown, like this is a whole new amazing way to look at things. Like yes, parts of it I kind of read and I was like, yeah, that makes sense, like I love that, but I just feel like maybe it's a little bit too out there for me at the moment. Like I just feel like maybe I wasn't quite ready to read this yet, and that's why like I hadn't read it before. But I think like definitely maybe like in another year's time, like maybe I would be ready to read this and be like, yeah, this makes sense. But yeah, it's like a heavy book to read. Like if you love reading about like spirituality and delving deeper, like by all means give this a go. Like it is a really good book, but I just felt like I'm not really like vibing with it. I'm not really like connecting to it at the moment. And yeah, I didn't actually finish it because I just got to a point where I was like, not really like vibing it. Like, should I continue reading it or read something else? So I do want to finish reading it, and I do want to like kind of reread it to get my head around it again. Like, I feel it's one of these books where you have to read it twice for it to make sense and for it to click, and you're like, right, now I get it. But loved it, great book. I would definitely read it again. I think I'm gonna have to read it again, but yeah, I just didn't quite feel I was quite there yet, or the kind of like theories and stuff made sense to me particularly. Right, so on to the books that I want to read April/May. The first one is the new Disney film, A Wrinkle in Time. So I went to go and see this at the cinema with Selena. It is such an incredible film. If you have not seen it, you all need to go and see it. It is freaking fantastic. It's great for kids, great for adults. It's all about introducing the law of attraction, spirituality, and the universe. It is so freaking good. I'm so glad Oprah's in this. I'm so glad Reese Witherspoon's in this. I am so glad that they've created this film, and I will be buying it on DVD to save for my children so one day they can watch it too. So I bought the book, one actually because I thought it was like a kid's book, so I thought like, has anybody else done this? Like, I have a whole like drawer of books for my unborn children, like, but I just kind of like buy them now because I'm like, well, if that book's not out when I have children, like, I really want them to read this book. So I've got the Secrets kids book, I've got the Mike Dooley kids book as well on Law of Attraction, and then I got this one because I thought it was more of like a bedtime story kind of book, but it's actually a novel. So I thought, well, I can read this then. I thought maybe when Iris is like 10 she can probably read this, but I can read it too. So A Wrinkle in Time is actually already a novel. It's already a book that was written. I can't remember the author's name off the top of my head, and it's not on this book, so I presume this is Disney's own version of the film. But it is an absolutely beautiful story, so I want to read the book as well to like relive it because it is such a good story. I love it, and yeah, I just can't shout out about this film enough. It is freaking fantastic. So although I bought this book thinking it was a kid's book, I'm gonna read it too because I want to like learn more about the story. And to be honest, I probably should read the original. I probably should read the original author's book more than the Disney version. But yeah, love it, and the cover's really cool, and you all need to watch this film. The next book I want to read is 7 Steps into Angel Light by Chrissy Astle. So I got this a couple of months ago from the works for £3, bargain. And I just love working with angels. You guys know this. And after reading like Kyle Gray's books and falling in love with them, I felt like this book could really speak to me and really help me connect even further with angels. So I haven't had a chance to like skim through it or anything, but it's a very wordy book. And it just, from like skimming through it, just talks about like love and how to connect to archangels, putting love into action, how to work with warrior light, daily prayers. So it kind of looks a little bit like Kyle Gray's book, in all honesty. Oh, it talks about chakras as well actually, and how to work with angels and chakras. That could be interesting. Well, I'm excited for this now. So yeah, it kind of looks a little bit like Kyle Gray's book, a little bit, but obviously like this is another person's perspective, and I can't wait. Find your true purpose, uncover your inner wisdom and creativity, let go of fear and learn to protect yourself, discover self-healing, love more deeply, embrace personal transformation, be a beacon of light in your wider community. Well, this is good. A soulful and practical guide to harnessing the incredible power of angels to live a happier, more fulfilled life. Well, that is a tagline if I did ever hear one. So yeah, excited to hear this. Go down to the works if you want to get it too. Then my last book, which hopefully I will have time to get through, I probably won't, but I do have a week in the Maldives, so that is perfect reading time, so I might actually complete these books. I might actually. So last year when I interviewed the incredible Mike Viking, or Mick Wicking, or however we pronounce his name, he was absolutely lovely, and you can go and watch that interview in my interviews playlist on YouTube if you want to watch it. But he was an absolute babe. I loved him, and that was for the promotion of this book, The Little Book of Luga. So I haven't actually finished reading this. I read about half of it, probably not even that. No, I've literally read like an eighth of it. I thought I read more than that. That's bad. So yeah, I've read about an eighth of it, and I just really want to kind of read more of it. Like, I've read so many like super spiritual books recently. I kind of just want like something a little bit more less spiritual, a little bit more light-hearted, and a greater way to live. Like, I loved his first book, The Little Book of Hygge, not Lugger, this is Lugger, Hygge. So I'm certain that I'm gonna love this one as well. So yeah, planning to read this one. I need to like take lighter books to the Maldives because I'm pretty sure my luggage is going to be over with all the clothes I'm going to take, so I'm not sure I'll be able to take this with me, but I'm certainly setting the intention to read all of these books. See, what I should do is put all of these on a Kindle so I can read them while I'm away, but then it would be a Kindle club, it wouldn't be a book club, so I like a physical book to read essentially. So thank you so much guys for watching my April Spiritual Book Club. I will link all of the books I've spoken about in the description box down below for you to go and have a look at. As always, leave me your book recommendations in the comments as well, because I reply to them all and I appreciate any sort of like help you can give me of books to read and your experiences with them as well. If you want to read or have read the books I've mentioned, then let me know in the comments as well, and say hi to everybody. Like, say hi. If you haven't said hi before, say hi, because I want to say hi back. So thank you so much for watching my video. I appreciate all your views and likes. Don't forget to subscribe if you're new here, because I would love to see you again soon. Don't forget to leave me a comment in the comments box down below, because I replied to them all, and I will see you in my next video, which will be next week. Lots of love guys.